Hello, because we're going to staff meeting, rightly or wrongly, I thought I'd record a video for some of the information for Mantle the Expert. So the theme is Kings Road Television, and I thought I'd spend just a minute talking about Mantle the Expert and what it is. So Mantle the Expert is consequential role-play based learning. That means that the children are experts, and we'll try and set them up as experts. So when they go to the different rotations, they're the ones with the expertise, and it's drama-based. Just think that the more you dive in, the more you really take part in the role, the more everyone gets from it. And my experience of Mantle the Expert is that all of the kids seem to get loads from it and seem to have no problem just diving into the role play. There's lots of mystery around it, so when the children come to school on that first Monday morning, they won't know what's happening, and that's okay because they'll pick up. But as soon as it starts, which will be 9:10, you will be in role and the mystery kind of unveils. So the plan for that first morning, if you could register the children as normal. Now the problem with this is that the Friday before you will have set up your rooms into TV studios, and I can't think of a way around this. So you will just have to try to ignore or pretend or plead ignorant or whatever, or pretend that the different sets in your room just don't exist, and hopefully the kids will buy into that. Last year, all the children came in through the main entrance. I just don't think it works very well, which is why I've changed it this time. So I'll record some kind of video. It might be a live broadcast. And Anna Zaid is looking into some kind of program that will appear that will allow us to interrupt your lessons through your screens. And then I can interrupt your registration. And that will be at 9:10. So obviously you need to have your screens on and you need to have your sound up, so that I can interrupt. In the worst case scenario, we can't find a way of doing that, and that would just be a case of you starting the video. During the interruption, I'll be some kind of TV executive or something, and I'll explain that a mystery illness has taken over the TV studio and every single crew member isn't available. And the impact of that is that that if we don't get programs out, that the TV studio will cease to exist. So it's very important. At the end of each day, we'll tweet the ratings for the different programs and different things that have happened, and that's how we can judge whether what we're doing is a success. So in short, the future of the station will be in the hands of Kings Road pupils. I'll explain as much as I can, in fact all of it, through the video, and we'll show the timetables and we'll explain the scenario, and then I'll send the children to the hall. The children will go to one of two halls that I'll explain later. It's really important that the children stick to one of those two halls and don't mix up. And I think the younger ones and children that might struggle understanding it will quickly work out which hall they're supposed to go to, and I think they'll get the hang of it quite quickly. From the hall, the facilitation leaders, which are in one of the documents that I've emailed out, will pick up their groups. So this facilitation, which I think is about 40 minutes, is really important. And I'll detail the facilitation event. Well, I'll do that now actually. So the facilitation event is where you'll explain to the children what a crew does. And there's a document that talks about the different roles. And I'd like to allocate the roles to the children and either facilitate for them or give them time to research what a camera person does, or what a producer does, or a lighting engineer, or sound engineer, all these kind of people, what they do. And again, this will mean that the children will be the experts when it comes to the different rotations, and they will know the most, and that's why it's called Mantle the Expert. Then dismiss the children for break at 10:30. After 10:30, whoever's on duty will be on duty as usual. And then year 2, I think, and I hadn't thought this through until I'm talking now, Year 2 will be able to have playtime on their playground, thinking about it, because afterwards, and this will be the case after every break and every dinner time, after you've registered the children, this time the children are to go to one of their two halls. So it'll either be the old hall and the new hall. The reason I've made this change is I felt at times last year, particularly around year 1 and 2, it got a bit chaotic because there were so many children in one place, and I'll try to find where they're going to. So after break time, the whistle will be blown and then the children will go to their different halls. And whoever's on duty can control that by dismissing the classes one by one. So we'll drop off the coats and then they'll go to the halls. and then who's leading the first rotation will pick up the children from the appropriate hall, and that's detailed on the rotation diagram, so you know which group of children you're getting. And then I was thinking about awards, and I thought the simplest way of doing it and most effective would be to award the Croskers. So after every rotation, each member of staff or each group of leaders are to appoint one person as a Crosker winner. I'll have a certificate ready for them. And in celebration assembly on the Friday, we'll award the person or the child who's got the most Croskers, and they'll be the overall winner. One of the documents I've sent out is the timetable, so it might be worth having a little look at the timetable, and I'll go through that in limited detail now. So it starts with the launch and the facilitation event, which I've already explained. Then on the Friday, there's a celebration assembly in essence. And what I'd like you to think about during the rotations is something to present, but it's got to be really quick, so less than a minute. Otherwise, it'll get boring. And that could be children's work, or it could be a video you've recorded, depending on your rotation. The last session of each day, I want to try something a bit different. And I want to, because we're a TV programme, give the children opportunity to watch us, and we'll have pre-recorded something. So if you're interested in being involved in this, come and speak to me as soon as possible. And the 3 programmes we'll record is, one is Would I Lie to You, which should be really funny, and that's on TV at the moment. Come Dine With Me, and I think I've got 3 or 4 people, so after one other person. And then Mastermind, I particularly thought of Steve for Mastermind, and 3 or 4 other people. And then we'll show those videos back in the classrooms on the screen at the end of the day, as it's detailed in the timetable. The next thing I want to talk about is what should happen in the rotation. So TAs, I think this is a great opportunity to do some of the skills we don't usually do in class. So cooking, or maybe sewing, or whatever. I know there'll be art in there as well, which we do in class. But it's a great opportunity to do something a little bit different. But teachers, it has to be academic. Now, I'm not usually as precious about it as I am this time. And the reason I am this time is Ofsted could come that week. We're waiting for Ofsted any day, and it would be a nightmare if we planned all of this. And I won't cancel it if Ofsted come, but if the rotations were a little Mickey Mouse. So and I haven't got a general theme for it like I did last time. It's not linked to the SDPAs. It's up to you to come up with something that's academic and really based on learning. On the Friday, you'll see that Royal Rite is scheduled, and that's back in the classes where the children will do a recount in character of their week's experience with Kings Road TV. There's something else, another document I've given to you called Organisational Details. On that, it details who is facilitating which groups and where in the school. So that's really important. It also talks about the pickup. So I've said before, and this is really important we get this right, that after break time and for the first rotation of the day and after afternoon registration, the children should be sent to the halls. In essence, Dunham, Harehill and Lyme will be sent to the old hall. And there'll be cones there, and then Speak, Style and Tatton will always be sent to the new hall. And I'm just trying to counter some of the chaos from last time. Now, what's really important that always happens is, I know you'll have loads planned in your rotation, and we might be running late, but you don't take your groups early. And the reason you don't take your groups early is if a class hasn't sent theirs after registration, then we're looking for 12 different groups all over the school. It gets really complicated. I thought we'd try the siren. So the siren, that's also the signal for the lockdown, it's a good opportunity to hear that sound. So when you hear the siren, which is when all the groups are seated and you've got the group as detailed in the rotation diagram, that's when you can take yours. Don't rush to take everybody's first. You're going to have to let other people go first, so be patient. On the rotation diagram that I've done, it tells which group you've got and when. And I've managed to timetable in 4 free sessions. I'd really like one of the sessions for you to go and see what else is going on in the school. This is a great opportunity to see some really good practice. Foundation stage in year 1 are doing their own Mantle of the Expert. So again, it's an opportunity to see what they're doing in their Mantle of the Expert, in their rotations. And then finally is the locations. So by locations, I mean the rotations and who's doing what where. Teachers, you're on your own, and that's to do with capacity and how many people we have. And then TAs, I've paired you with somebody else. But I need to know what it is that you're planning to do in your rotation as soon as possible. The minute I've got everybody's in, then I can sort what I'll call a schedule, and I can sort a map for the school and get ready for Mantle of the Expert. At this stage, I can't really think of anything else to say, apart from the documents that you've got are currently draft, and I suspect that they'll change and be adapted once people identify the many mistakes. Thank you.